Yes, once again, good evening to all. Today we have joined in Dhamma reading session and discussion session. We will start with Namo Tassa 3 times. You can also recite along with me. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Tham Dhammam Sangham Namassam. Yes, today we will be reading the suttas related to compassion. I will be sharing the screen. Yes, I think my screen might be visible now.
Yes, it is visible now. Thank you.
Yes, I think we can start from this. Madam, can you read, madam?
Sakka Samyutta, Samyutta Nikaya 11.6, Kulāvaka Sutta, the bird nests. As God Sakka is running from the Titans, an act of compassion ultimately wins in the end. At Savatthi, monks, once in the past, the gods and the Titans were in battle. In that battle, the Titans won and the gods were defeated. Monks, in defeat, the gods fled towards the north while the Titans chased after them. Then monks, Sakka, lord of the gods, addressed his charioteer Matali in verse. Watch out, O Matali, there may be bird nests in the silk cotton woods. Avoid them and turn the chariot back. Let's surrender our lives to the Titans rather than make these birds be without nests. Yes, as you wish, Lord, Matali, the charioteer replied, and he turned back the chariot with its team of 1,000 of the best horses. Then, monks, it occurred to the Titans, now that Sakka's chariot with its team of 1,000 of the best horses has turned back, it seems that the gods will have a battle with the Titans for a second time. Struck by fear, they fled to the city of the Titans. In this way, monks, Sakka, lord of the gods, won a victory by righteousness itself.
Yes, Nanda madam. Can you explain, madam?
Yeah, it is a very beautiful sutta. The Blessed One was saying that there was a war between Titans and gods, and the Titans won the battle, and the Lord of the Gods, Sakka, addressed his chariot, Matali, and said that there is a a bird's nest in the silk cotton woods, and we should avoid them and therefore turn the chariot back, which Matali agreed and did that. And at that time, the Titans saw the chariot was turning back, and thought they're after them for the second time, and they fled the city, and so therefore the Sakka, Lord of the Gods, won the war. So it shows that even in very difficult situations, even during war, if we are kind and if we are able to maintain our kindness and virtuous thoughts and feelings and actions, it has a very positive result in the end. It's well worth maintaining the integrity. This story shows it really pays off with very positive results.
Yes, madam. Really, here actually Sakka wants to surrender, but with his thought of righteousness, but he won the victory. It's really the thought process that made him victory to surrender, like compassion. Really very good sutta. And next sutta we have. I will start reading, and in between Nanda Madam can read. Anguttara Nikaya AN 4.190. Bhikkhusanghathomana Sutta. Discourse on the praise of the Saṅgha. The Saṅgha has amazing qualities. At one time, the Buddha was staying in the city of Savatthi, in the eastern monastery called Vigharamata's mansion. Now, at the time, it was the full moon, and the Blessed One was sitting surrounded by an assembly of monks. Then the Blessed One surveyed the assembly of monks who were silent. The Buddha then addressed the monks. Monks, this assembly is insightful. Monks, this assembly is free from senselessness. It is pure and is established on the core of the Dhamma. Monks, such is this assembly of monks, such is this community of monks. Monks, even the sight of such an assembly is very rare in the world. Monks, an assembly such as this is worthy of gifts, worthy of hospitality, worthy of offerings, worthy of greetings with joined palms, and is the supreme field of merit for the world. Monks, such is this assembly of monks, such is this community of monks. Monks, for an assembly such as this, giving even a little bears great results, while giving a lot bears even greater results. Monks, such is this assembly of monks, such is this community of monks. Monks, an assembly such as this is worth traveling many yojanas to see, carrying many gifts and offerings. Monks, such is this assembly of monks, such is the community of monks. Monks. There are monks in the assembly who dwell, having the state, having attained the state of a deva. Monks. There are monks in this assembly who dwell, having attained the state of Brahmas. Monks. There are monks in this assembly who dwell, having attained a state of tranquility. Monks. There are monks in this assembly who dwell, having attained a state of nobility. This is a sutta from Anguttara Nikaya 4.190. This is the basically the qualities of the Saṅgha. At one time, when Buddha was staying in the Savatthi at Migara Mata's mansion, and it was a full moon day, and the Blessed One was surrounded by an assembly of monks. Blessed One surveyed the monks and who were in silence and said in this way. Here, Buddha is saying that the monks, this assembly is very pure, is established in the core of Dhamma because the Saṅgha follows the Dhamma, Vinaya, and it follows this community of, and the community of monks follows this Dhamma. And Buddha is saying that it is a very rare in this world to even the sight. Seeing this assembly is a very rare, and it is worthy of gifts, hospitality, offerings, greetings with giant pomps, and it has a supreme field of merit for the world. This is assembly of monks, and Buddha is saying that even a little gift, little even a little bears greater results, and giving a lot gives a greater results. Such is the community of monks. And here it is worthy to mention that Buddha is saying that it is worth traveling many yojanas to see, carrying many gifts and offerings. Such is the community of monks. And here Buddha is saying that in this community of monks, in this assembly, there are monks who has a state of Deva and who has a state of Brahma, who has a state of tranquility, and who have attained the state of nobility. Nanda madam, can you read from here? Nanda madam, you are muted, madam.
Monks. How does a monk attain the state of a deva? A monk detached from sense pleasures, detached from unwholesome qualities, enters upon and remains in the first jhana, which is accompanied by applied and sustained thought with rapture and pleasure born of seclusion. With the stilling of applied and sustained thought, he enters upon and remains in the second jhana, which has self-confidence and singleness of mind, without applied and sustained thought, with rapture and pleasure born of concentration or collectedness. With the fading away of rapture, he abides in equanimity, mindful and fully aware, still feeling pleasure with the body. He enters upon and remains in the third jhana, on account of which noble ones announce he has a pleasant abiding, who has equanimity and is mindful. With the abandoning of pleasure and pain, and with the earlier disappearance of joy and grief, he enters upon and remains in the fourth jhana, which has neither pain nor pleasure, and purity of mindfulness and equanimity. Monks, that is how a monk attains the state of devas. Monks, how does a monk attain the state of Brahmas? Firstly, a monk meditates, spreading thoughts of loving kindness to one direction, and to the second, and to the third, and to the fourth. In the same way, above, below, across, everywhere, and all around. He spreads thoughts of loving kindness to the whole world, abundant, expansive, limitless, free of hatred and ill will. Furthermore, monks, a monk meditates, spreading thoughts of compassion to one direction, and to the second, and to the third, and to the fourth. In the same way, above, below, across, everywhere, and all around, he spreads thoughts of compassion to the whole world, abundant, expansive, limitless, free of hatred and ill will. Thirdly, a monk meditates, spreading thoughts of appreciative joy to one direction, and to the second, and to the third, and to the fourth. In the same way, above, below, across, everywhere, and all around, he spreads thought of appreciative joy to the whole world, abundant, expansive, limitless, free of hatred and ill will. Lastly, a monk meditates, spreading thoughts of equanimity to one direction, and to the second, and to the third, and to the fourth. In the same way, above, below, across, everywhere, and all around, he spreads thoughts of equanimity to the whole world, abundant, expansive, limitless, free of hatred and will. Monks, that is how a monk attains the state of Brahmas. Monks, how does a monk attain the state of tranquility? Monks, a monk going totally beyond perceptions of form, with the ending of perceptions of solidity, not focusing on perceptions of diversity, aware that space is infinite, enters and remains in the base of infinite space. Going totally beyond the base of infinite space, aware that consciousness is infinite, he enters and remains in the base of infinite consciousness. Going totally beyond the base of infinite consciousness, aware that there is nothing at all, he enters and remains in the base of nothingness. Going totally beyond the base of nothingness, he enters and remains in the base of neither perception nor non-perception. Monks, that is how a monk attains the state of tranquility. Monk, how does a monk attain the state of nobility? Monks, here a monk understands as it really is. This is suffering. He understands as it really is. This is the cause of suffering. He understands as it really is. This is the end of suffering. He understands as it really is. This is the path that leads to the end of suffering. Monks, that is how a monk attains the state of nobility.
Yes, madam. Madam, can you explain from here? Yes, Deva.
So the Blessed One saying, when we detach from our sense pleasures, when we detach ourselves from unwholesome qualities, we enter first jhana. The first jhana is accompanied by cloud and state thought, and including the rapture and pleasure because of seclusion. With the stilling of applied and sustained thought, we enter the second jhana, where we experience self-confidence and singleness of mind, that is concentration or collectedness. So we give up the applied and sustained thought with rapture and pleasure. So when the rapture start to fade away, we enter equanimity with mindfulness, and we become fully aware. We still feel pleasure in our body, and we enter the third jhana, and he says he has a pleasant abiding who has equanimity and a mindfulness in the third jhana. So when we abandon the pleasure and pain, the disappearance of joy and grief, we enter the fourth jhana, where there is neither pain nor pleasure, and we experience purity of mindfulness and equanimity. So it says, monks, that is how a monk attains the state of devas.
It is really worth to mention that one who practices meditation and they can easily in the state of devas. Really very good. Nice. You can continue, madam.
So to attain the state of Brahmas, we start meditating, radiating loving kindness to all directions, and to above and below and across and everywhere and all around. We radiate feelings of thoughts of feeling of loving kindness to the whole world, and abundantly, expansively, limitlessly, free of hatred and ill will, just pure, unconditional loving kindness, universal loving kindness to all directions, everywhere. So when we do that, the mind naturally moves into compassion. So we spread the thoughts of compassion to all directions. in the same way, above and below, and left and right and across and everywhere. So when we do that, the mind moves into appreciative joy, and so we radiate the feelings of appreciative joy again to all directions, above, below, across, everywhere, and all around, and to the whole world, abundantly, expansively, limitlessly, free of hatred and ill will. And then the mind moves into equanimity. Again, we radiate feelings of equanimity to all directions, above, below, across, everywhere, and to all around, to the whole world, abundantly, expansively, limitlessly, free of hatred and ill will. So that is how a monk attains the state of Brahmas. So then we move into tranquility, totally beyond perceptions of form, with the ending of perceptions of solidity, not focusing on perception of diversity. We become aware of infinite space, and remains in the base of infinite space, going totally beyond the base of infinite space, aware that consciousness is infinite, and we enters and remains in the base of infinite consciousness, going totally beyond the base of infinite consciousness, become aware that there is nothing at all. Our minds enters in the base of nothingness, going totally beyond the base of nothingness. We enters and remains in the base of neither perception or non-perception. And this is how a monk attains the state of tranquility. So the way a monk attains the state of nobility is when we are in this state, in this samadhi state, we realize, we see things as they really are, and we realize the Four Noble Truths. We realize this is suffering. We understand it as it really is. This is the cause of suffering. We understand as it really is that this is the end of suffering. He understands as it really is, this is the path that leads to the end of suffering. And that is how a monk attains the state of nobility. So the way I understand this sutta is what we practice with Twin 6R every day. We start radiating feelings of unconditional, universal loving kindness to ourselves and to all beings in all directions. And we use 6R technique to remove the hindrances when they arise. As a result, we relax our body and put a smile on our lips, and therefore naturally we uplift our minds, and therefore we move into material jhanas where we enjoy the rapture and the pleasure in the body. And then when we continue to meditate, our minds moves into to the higher realm, and we enter into infinite space where we radiate compassion to all beings, and then the mind moves into infinite consciousness where we radiate appreciative joy to ourselves and to all beings. And then the mind moves naturally to a base of nothingness where we radiate feelings of equanimity. And then the mind moves into neither perception nor non-perception. And then when we continue to stay in that samadhi state, the mind naturally inclines into a quiet mind and silent mind, and gateway to the signless, and then to signless, and then to cessation. And then when we come out of the cessation, we touch the nirvana dhatu, and where we really understand in depth the Four Noble Truths and the three universal truths and the dependent origination.
Yes. Thank you, madam. Thank you for explaining. I think there are very small suttas I will be just reading. It is from ITV. Itivuttaka, ITV 100, Brāhmana Sutta, the true Brahmin. In this beautiful sutta, the Buddha explains his compassion and the two types of giving. This discourse was taught by the Blessed One, taught by the Arahant, the fully enlightened Supreme Buddha. This is as I heard. Monks, I am a Brahmin, one who has abandoned all evil, and am always responsive to requests for the Dhamma and open handed in giving Dhamma. I bear my last body and am the supreme doctor and surgeon for removing the arrow of suffering. You are my children, my sons, born from my heart, born from the mouth of Dhamma, created by the Dhamma, hears to the Dhamma, not hears of material things. Monks, there are two kinds of giving material things and giving of the Dhamma. Monks, of these two kinds of giving of the Dhamma is supreme. Monks, there are two kinds of sharing material things and sharing the Dhamma. Monks, of these two kinds of sharing the Dhamma is supreme. Monks, there are two kinds of help with material things and help with the Dhamma. Monks, of these two kinds of help with Dhamma is supreme. This is the meaning of what the Blessed One said. So, with regard to this, it was said, the Tathagata, unselfish and compassionate towards all beings, has given the gift of Dhamma. Gods and humans pay homage to him. He is the best of gods and humans, Buddha who crossed over the cycle of rebirths. This too is the meaning of what was said by the Blessed One. This is exactly as I heard. In this sutta, Buddha is explaining like Buddha was telling that he is always responsive to the request for the Dhamma and open handed to the giving of Dhamma. I am my last body and I am the supreme doctor and surgeon for removing the arrow of suffering. And Buddha is saying that you are my children, my sons, born from my heart, born from the mouth of Dhamma, created by Dhamma, hears of Dhamma, not hears of material things. And here, Blessed One is saying that there are two kinds of giving, giving of material and giving of Dhamma. Blessed One is saying that out of these two kinds of giving, giving Dhamma is supreme. And Blessed One is saying there are two kinds of sharing, sharing of material things and sharing of Dhamma. Blessed One is saying that sharing of the Dhamma is supreme. And there are two kinds of help. One help with material things and help with the Dhamma. Out of Blessed One is saying that out of these two kinds of help, help with Dhamma is supreme. Really, it's good sutta. Very short sutta, but it is giving the importance of giving, sharing, helping. Really good sutta. I think we can stop here. And Nanda Madam, do you want to share anything?
Yeah, there's a beautiful suttas. I remembered here reading a sutta when you were reading this sutta that our blessed Sakyamuni Gautama Siddhartha Gautama Buddha was born on this earth for one and only reason, to help the humanity to stop suffering. And out of compassion, boundless compassion and boundless wisdom, he decided to preach what he discovered for himself, how to alleviate and completely uproot suffering and attain a complete contentment, and put a complete stop to another rebirth. It is a wonderful set of suttas you have chosen, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Madam. Gopinath sir, do you want to share something?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
We can hear, sir. Can hear.
Okay. Actually, this loving kindness meditation goes a long way in for people who are what you call suffered a lot, because loving kindness basically is a quality of the nature, mother to child. You can see in all creatures, mother to child, loving kindness flows. So when we started loving kindness, we are getting closer to the nature, closer to the universe. So we can quickly reach this first jhana through this loving kindness. It is actually a good vehicle for us to reach first jhana, second jhana, third jhana. And compassion also you can see in nature.
It's correct, sir. Correct. Rightly said, sir. The loving kindness starts like even in one of the suttas, it was clearly mentioned that the loving kindness, like one should see the people, like one mother cares for the child. In
Yes.
similar way, one is to have loving kindness to all
But it
beings.
goes from mother to child, not from child to mother.
Yes. Mother to child. Yes.
Mother
Mother
to
to child.
child.
Mother to child.
It never flows reverse way.
Uh, if they follow the Dhamma, then definitely from child to mother.
Yeah. That is what we are achieving a great thing through following loving kindness, which is
Yes, sir.
basically everywhere in nature, even in the
True.
tree, even in the animals. You can see monkeys, you can see even
Correct.
rats.
Correct, sir.
And I have many times noticed that street dogs, no, when I give loving kindness, they never bark at me. They just shake their tail.
Super. Super, sir. Very good.
Okay. Over.
Paul, sir, do you want to share something? I will share the merit. We'll share the merit and we'll close the session. Yes, we can read all along. May suffering ones be suffering free, and the fear struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief, and may all beings find relief. May all beings share this merit that we have thus acquired for the acquisition of all kinds of happiness. May beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas of mighty power, share this merit of ours. May they long protect Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Gopinath sir. Thank you, Nanda madam. Thank you, Paul sir. Thank you, Sindhu. And we will end the session. Thanking you all, wishing all happiness.